Hello everyone, welcome to K-Pop Queen for your non-daily reactions to all things K-Pop. Okay, right now I've got another drama shop talk for y'all. Listen, we're gonna be here for a while, okay? I've said this before, like, we're gonna be here for a while. So you might as well just start watching the dramas on Netflix or on Drama Cool. Like, I got the suggestions for you, don't worry. Today, I'm gonna suggest one of my actual favorite dramas. I really love this drama. Like, 10 out of 10 for me, honestly. I mean, sure, if I were to nitpick, I could find things wrong with it, but I'm not going to, okay? Like, that's how much I really enjoyed this drama, and I think you guys are gonna really like it too, okay? It's called Because This Is My First Life. It is on Netflix, so if you have Netflix, you can go ahead and watch it on there. If you don't, Drama Cool is your best friend. You already know the deal, right? Okay, it stars Lee Min-ki and Jung So-min. Lee Min-ki, he's been in a lot of dramas. I'm sure you guys have seen him, but I think this might have been my first drama that I saw him in. I'll be really honest with you. I'm trying to think of anything else that I've seen him in, and I can't think of it. The only thing I can think of where I saw him like in something was this film called Monster. I believe it's called Monster, starring Kim Go-eun as well. It's a psychological thriller. I honestly had not seen him in a drama before, so I thought that was kind of interesting that, like, despite knowing his name and, you know, knowing everything about him, I hadn't seen him before. So yeah. And then Jung So-min, I love her. Okay, the first time I saw her was in Playful Kiss. That one is a very old drama. I don't know if you guys know about that one. Okay, that one is so old, but I remember watching it and falling in love. I remember watching it at school, actually. Like, when I was in high school, at the end of the day, we had our little free period. I would be in that library watching dramas, and those kids would be behind me watching it as well. Okay. That was me. I was that girl watching the dramas in school. Now, this one is a very cute romance, you know, comedy sort of drama. It really has no, like, guns shooting, you know, like that sort of stuff, like that type of drama. No, this is purely about romance and about life. So if you're looking for a more action-packed thing, I wouldn't really suggest this one. Yeah, it's not really, it's not really like that at all. Let me read you the synopsis on Wikipedia. It is approximately one sentence. Okay? House poor Nam Se-hee, played by Lee Min-ki, and homeless Yoon Ji-ho, played by Jung So-min, both unmarried in their 30s, start living together as housemates. That's the premise of the drama. It is about two people who really just need roommates. Jung So-min's character, Yoon Ji-ho, she doesn't have anywhere to stay, so she obviously starts looking for someone to stay, and she can't afford her own apartment, so she needs a roommate. And then Lee Min-ki's character, Nam Se-hee, he has an apartment, but he can barely afford it, okay? He needs a roommate, okay? So they decide to get into this agreement, this rental agreement, without meeting each other, so they didn't know that, you know, the other person was the opposite gender. And by the time that they met and realized that it was too late, homegirl had already moved in. They had such different schedules that they had no idea for a good amount of time of really who each other was. So you basically watch them, you know, figure out how to live together, what to do, how to get their families to get on board, and the way that they do that is by getting married. So now you have to deal with their whole relationship of being married, their friends, you know, their family, their life, and how they slowly but surely fall in love. So Lee Min-ki's character, Nam Se-hee, he's an IT guy. He is stoic, a stone. Oh my gosh, this man has no emotions. He did a really good job at playing like a very emotionless, flat character, but still like having emotions, if you will. He doesn't really show a lot of things. He was hurt from a previous relationship. You know, he kind of feels like his life has just been like really on a downward spiral when it comes to love, so he's kind of given up on that. He's just like, I have my house, you know, I'm gonna get this mortgage paid off, and that is all I need in life, you know. I don't really need anything else. He's very logical, not, you know, doesn't really do things emotionally, based off of emotions. Jung So-min's character, Yoon Ji-ho, she is like the sweetest girl you will ever meet, you know, very nice. And unfortunately, people do take advantage of that. They do step on her and try to get their way with her. And it's not that she like is a doormat and lets people walk over. She will defend herself when she feels it's absolutely necessary, but a lot of the time she's kind of like, if I don't have to fight you, I'm not going to. She's not a very confrontational type of person, you know, but she really is quite a nice girl, really sweet. She is a struggling writer, actually. So both of these characters are in their 30s, different points in their lives, but still sort of feeling like they don't have it all together. They don't have everything that they want. So that's you know, that's like I said, I really, really, truly enjoyed this drama. It like the two of them, that chemistry, baby. I was like watching, like literally trying to jump into my screen so that I could witness their relationship unfold. Like Jung So Min, Lee Min Ki, really good actors. You know, I feel like with her anyway, because I've seen a lot of her stuff, she's so easy to like work with. I feel like she gives so much into her character. Like you as her acting partner can't help but fall for it, you know? You can't help but really get lost into her. And I'm gonna say the same for Lee Min Ki. He really did everything in this drama. I really enjoyed his character, and I really loved seeing them on the screen. It almost felt like there wasn't a script with them. It sort of felt like they were just saying whatever came to their minds, like they had literally become the characters. So you're gonna get really good chemistry, really good writing, so you don't have to worry about any of that with this drama, okay? The writing, I mean, we are talking about life. We're looking at people in their 30s, you know, their friends as well, and like deciding like, okay, this is sort of a pivotal moment in my life. Like, what am I gonna do? What is my career? What is my love like? They ask themselves so many questions and really try to figure out the direction of their life. So it's definitely a life drama as well. One of my favorite lines, because you get a lot of really good nuggets of like wisdom and like little nuggets from each of the characters. There's this moment where Jung So Min says to Lee Min Ki, she says, you know, just because you lived yesterday doesn't mean that you'll know today. You know, she's basically telling him like, you know, things are gonna happen to you. You will not be able to figure it out. You know, you just gotta go with the flow, and that's okay. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna get through it though. And when she said that to him, guys, when you get to that moment, okay, when you get to that moment, they focus on Lee Min Ki's character. The way that you can see how the words impacted him, that's what I mean by like good acting. This is also a really great drama with like great, strong side characters, but they're not like distracting. You know, they don't like take over. Like they actually aid the story, and you also are interested not only in the main story but also in their story. Lee Som, who plays Woo Soo Ji, who is best friends with Yoon Ji Ho. I mean, that girl strong. Okay, that one, she is a no bullshit type of lady. Don't come at her with any of your shit. She literally won't take it. In fact, she'll throw it back in your face. That's the type of woman she is. Very confrontational, you know? She stands up for herself. She works in an office and she constantly has to deal with sexism and all these rude comments from her male co-workers. Like, she is a woman in a male-dominated field, which seems to be the majority, you know, so she has to stand up for herself. And she really has to figure out, like, is this what I want? Is this what I'm gonna do? You know, how's my life? Can I really take all of this shit from everyone for this long, you know? I really liked her character. I really loved how strong she was. And seeing her development as well. She kind of went from like this woman who was like, well, I'm strong, you know, fuck your emotions. Fuck my emotions, which not healthy. But you know, that's how she was, to a woman that was like, I can be strong, but I can also feel things. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to push people away in order to get something from them. You know, like I can I can be strong and I can still have my emotions, and we'll put them together, you know? So watching her character grow is also really, really good. There's also another character played by Kim Ga-eun. She is a friend of another friend of Yoon Ji Ho. Her name is Yang Ho-rang. She has a different type of path in her life, actually. She is, I think she works for a department store or a restaurant or something like that. And she's been with her boyfriend, played by Kim Min-seok, for 7 years. Personal opinions aside, that's a long time, right? Like, I don't even have, like, I'm not even trying to be, like, you know, like, the person. Like, that's a long time to be with someone. If I think of where I was 7 years ago, I'm 26 right now, so 7 years ago, I was 19. I was a sophomore. Was I a sophomore? Yeah. No. Yeah, I was a sophomore. Oh, I was finishing up my freshman year of college. Regardless of the fact that I can't do math properly, regardless of that, that's a long time, okay? Like, that is a very long time to be with someone. And so she in her mind is like, oh, we're getting married. Like, I'm going to be a housewife finally. Like, that's what I really want. But then you see her boyfriend, who honestly doesn't think that marriage is something they need to think about, because he's like, well, we're together forever, so what does it matter? But she's just kind of like, well, we need to take that next step in our relationship. It's a very interesting topic. I think a lot of people will relate to their relationship, and just kind of see their hardships and trying to figure out, like, okay, do we continue going forward? Do we go for an 8th year? You know, what is our future? So again, looking at our future, trying to figure out our life, asking ourselves these really important questions in these critical moments in our life. Another friend for Nam Se-hee, he is played by Park Byung-un. His name is Ma Song-gu. He's just this really funny guy. Like, he's our comedic relief, if you will. He knows exactly how to deal with Nam Se-hee and his like his shit, like how straightforward he is. He knows how to deal with them. They've been friends for a really long time, and he sort of, you know, gets into this little thing with Woo Soo-ji, so you get to watch that play out as well and see how these two different characters come together. Lots and lots of very cute and very romantic moments. I'm gonna talk about my favorite ones, so spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it, go and watch it now, because trust me, you don't want to hear me talk about it. You want to see it first, okay? One of my absolute favorite moments that I'm not gonna lie to you, I rewatched it a bunch of times. They go back to her hometown. I think in this point of the drama, she had actually left the house because things were just getting a little too much. She was like, I can't do this. So I think she went back home, you know, for like a little break or something. And he went and chased after her to like bring her back. And so they have these, you know, this moment with her family, you know, they're starting to like work through their issue pretty much. And at this point, they're kind of at the climax of like working through it. So they're at the sea near her house. She's just kind of sitting there and they're talking about things. And that's when she says to him, just because you knew, just because you lived yesterday doesn't mean that you'll know about today. Like, that's when she says that to him, right? And so he is kind of just like realizing like, wow, like I chased after this girl. Like, I never thought I would do that, you know, sort of thing again. I never really thought I would open myself up again to someone. Like, maybe I'm really starting to fall for this girl. And so they have the conversation, you know, chemistry starts to fly, sparks are flying, and they have this moment where they like kiss at the seaside, and it is one of the most romantic things I've ever seen. The lighting, the shots, because you have the water in the background, the sky is orange and yellow, the wind is flowing, the camera is just like right there at that perfect angle. Like, it is like such a perfect, ideal, like romantic moment in a drama. I screamed. I was like, this is everything. Like, this, like, you've given me everything I could have possibly asked for in this critical moment in the drama. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's also a really important moment in the relationship, because that's when things start to flip. They begin to realize that, like, hey, this was a fake marriage, but it's starting to become something a little different. What does this mean for us, you know? Because we live together, and yeah, we had a wedding ceremony, okay? But we're not, I don't think they're legally married. I don't think they signed those papers yet. So it was just the ceremony, you know? So it's like, okay, well, what do we do now? What's our relationship gonna be? What path are we gonna walk down? Another really amazing moment where the chemistry just exploded, okay, is when they decide that they're gonna actually like pretty much spend the night together. Now, I didn't mean like, when you're watching it, it doesn't necessarily imply that they're going to like actually sleep together, but that's what it sort of implies. Okay, so she like has like a major meltdown. She's like, I'm not ready for this. Like, I am really into this guy, but I don't think I'm ready. Like, let me fall asleep. Let me pretend to be asleep while he's getting a beer from the kitchen. It's okay. All right, cool. So she pretends to fall asleep, and then he comes into the room and just like lies down next to her, and she's just kind of like, is he sleeping? What is going on? What do I do? What do I do? So she turns over to sort of see like how, like, what's he doing? And you know what that man is doing? Do you know what he's doing? He's laying on his side, staring at her very intently, waiting for her to turn around. That gaze that he was giving her, literally, I had to pause. I was like, ooh, I am intruding on something intimate. It's a very, very intimate moment. And in that moment, they obviously talk, they have some conversation, and again shift where the relationship goes, because they had already decided that they were into each other. You know, despite it being a fake marriage, they were like, okay, I'm into you. Now they're trying to explore their intimacy, because they've never done that before. They've been using separate rooms at this point, and only now where they're like, okay, maybe we could share space together. Now they're opening up a different door of their relationship, and it is just so good to see growth. Growth. We love that type of growth. I'm just gonna tell you all about those two moments. Those are my favorite ones. There are a lot of really good moments, so definitely make sure that you know, hopefully watch the drama before you saw this. Sorry if I spoiled it. I already warned you, so actually I'm not sorry. So yeah, this drama, I mean, they talk about a lot of different things. They're talking about like society, if you will, and certain things that they feel like really shouldn't be a problem. For example, opposite gender housing. Like that was the main issue, and that's why they got married. Like they really thought that to solve their problems, they were gonna have to get married. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I would rather die, but that's what they thought was the best thing to do. And so, you know, they talk about just like breaking the mold and just a bunch of outdated shit that they feel like society holds to and clings to way too tightly. You know, like I was saying, mixed gender housing, and then because they're married, like visiting in-laws. You know, they also talk about how women should be in charge at work. Like they really look at, you know, sexism and sexual harassment. Like they talk about a lot of different things. The glass ceiling. Like they are talking about really important issues to date. And that's why I was kind of like, wow, what a relatable drama. I mean, I don't have to marry a man to live with him, you know what I mean? I don't have to do that, but like I do have to deal with like all these other things about like these things that people just want to cling to about women that really just don't make any fucking sense, you know? So they really look deep into these things and they dismantle them, and they explain things really nicely. I felt like I was nodding my head a lot of the times and being like, oh, how relatable. Oh my gosh, thank you for saying that. So hopefully you guys will feel that way as well. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about it. Seriously, love this drama. You guys are in for a real treat if you haven't seen it. If you have, please tell me what you think about it. Really want to know your thoughts on it. Definitely watch it if you haven't already. Okay, so yeah, I'll be back with another video. I will see you guys later. Bye.